Someone you never expected is about to call you, Scorpio, and what they say could shift your entire timeline. This isn't a random event. It's a cosmic appointment, and your soul has been feeling it long before your mind caught up. Hello, beautiful soul. Have you been sensing something unusual lately? A quiet nudge in your spirit, like someone's energy brushing against yours from afar. A name that repeats itself in your thoughts. A familiar song playing at just the right moment. Or an unexpected wave of emotion that comes out of nowhere. These are not coincidences. They are whispers from the universe. Right now, your energy is shifting, aligning with something you've been unknowingly preparing for. Someone you never expected is about to reach out, and the message they carry could ripple through every layer of your life. This is no ordinary call. It's a divine interruption, part of a greater spiritual design unfolding just for you. If you've been seeing numbers like 555, 711, or 1111, those are numerological codes, signs of transformation, awakening, and messages from beyond. In astrology, Pluto, your ruling planet, is being activated, stirring hidden truths and summoning old soul contracts to the surface. The one who contacts you may be a figure from your past, a karmic tie, or even a soul you once knew in another lifetime. But don't fear, this moment isn't about reopening wounds. It's about reclaiming wisdom. At the Mystic Astrozen, we honor every synchronicity as sacred. And this one is asking for your presence. Whether this call brings closure, healing, or an entirely new chapter, it is arriving in perfect divine timing. You are not late. You are not lost. You are exactly where your spirit intended you to be. So breathe deep, Scorpio. What you're about to hear isn't just a message. It's a mirror. And now, let's go deeper. And now that your soul is listening, let's open a sacred window into what this message may truly hold. The tarot cards drawn today are not random. They're reflections of the energy you've already been feeling. The first card to emerge is Judgment, vibrating with the energy of resurrection, karmic cycles, and soul awakenings. It tells us that something once left unfinished is being called back to the surface, not to haunt you, but to liberate you. This card is about second chances, but not always in the form we expect. Sometimes it's about reclaiming the voice you once silenced when you thought no one was listening. The second card is the Six of Cups, a powerful sign that someone from your past, emotionally or spiritually, still carries threads of connection with you. This could be a childhood friend, a former partner, a family member, or even a karmic mirror whose purpose was never truly fulfilled. And then comes the Ace of Swords, piercing through illusions with a truth so sharp it cannot be denied. This message isn't vague, it's clear. It brings clarity, insight, or even an invitation. It could be a long-held truth finally spoken, or a realization that sets your soul free. Together, these cards tell a story. A soul contract is returning. A mirror from your past is holding up something new, and your intuition is ready to receive it. But Scorpio, here's what's sacred. This message isn't here to pull you backward. It's here to unlock a frequency that's been trapped inside you. You don't need to chase answers anymore. They are coming directly to you, in the voice. The timing and the energy that only the universe could orchestrate. So hold space, stay grounded, and trust this moment. The message is already on its way, and the soul behind it may surprise you. So who is this person, Scorpio? Who is the soul your energy has been quietly preparing to meet again? It may not be someone you've thought about lately, and yet, the moment their name is spoken, or their voice is heard, your entire emotional body may recognize them instantly. This isn't about the mind remembering. It's about the soul responding. In spiritual truth, this person is more than just a figure from your past. They may be a karmic tie, a twin flame, or a sacred mirror that once entered your life to awaken. Something deep inside you, something you weren't ready to face until now. Maybe it's the one who walked away without closure, the one you forgave in silence, or the one who shattered you so you could finally rebuild from your truth. In astrology, when soul contracts return, they often do so under divine timing, activated by transits like Pluto, Saturn, or eclipses that stir buried connections. And in numerology, their birthday, name, or even the timing of the call may carry familiar digits, patterns that align with your personal life path or destiny number. But remember this, their return isn't about them. It's about you. About what still lives inside you when their presence reappears. Are there emotions you've outgrown? Desires that are resurfacing? Wounds that feel ready to close? This person may come with an apology, an opportunity, or a confession. They may not even understand why they're reaching out now, but the universe does. Because even if the relationship ended, the lesson didn't. You are not the same Scorpio you were back then. And this reappearance is not about repeating the cycle. It's about recognizing how far you've come and how much clarity your soul now carries. This is your sacred checkpoint. A reunion of energy, not ego. And in the next moment, you'll begin to understand exactly why this soul is crossing your path again. So why now, Scorpio? Why is this soul re-entering your field at this exact moment? After all the silence? After all the distance? The answer is simple, yet sacred. Because you are ready. You've been walking a path of deep transformation, shedding layers of illusion, reclaiming your voice, and calling your power back home. This isn't just emotional readiness, it's energetic alignment. In astrology, timing is never random. The cosmos moves in cycles, and right now, your chart is opening. Portals that connect to past life karma, ancestral healing, and soul-level contracts. Perhaps the moon is illuminating your 12th house of endings and spiritual truth. Or Pluto is stirring your subconscious, revealing what was once hidden. Saturn may be completing a karmic cycle that began years ago. And now, finally, someone tied to that cycle is being drawn back to you. But the key isn't their return. The key is your expansion. You are no longer the version of yourself that needed closure, validation, or rescue. You've evolved. That's why the universe chose. Now, not because they're finally ready, but because you are aligned with your truth. In numerology, you may be in a personal year or month vibration that calls in completion, reunion, or revelation, especially if the number 9, 11, or 7 keeps appearing around you. These numbers speak of wisdom, spiritual doors, and fate's fingerprints. If you've been seeing 555, 711, or 1010, these are signs of realignment, shifting timelines, unlocking destiny. And so this call, this message, this sudden reconnection, it's not just about them reappearing. It's about the universe mirroring your growth. You've cleared space in your soul, and the echoes of that clearing are now calling back what still has something to say. Not to test you, but to show you that you've already passed the test. So breathe into this moment, Scorpio. It's not a detour. It's divine design. And now that divine timing has opened the doorway, Scorpio, the question isn't just who is calling. It's how you feel when the energy of that person brushes against your soul. Long before your phone rings or a message arrives, your body already knows. Your intuition, sharp, ancient, and sacred, has been whispering. Maybe it's been showing up in your dreams, through songs that echo from a memory, or that subtle tightness in your chest when their name crosses your mind. This is what we call the emotional ripple, not the event itself, but the energetic waves that precede it. For Scorpio, a water sign ruled by deep emotion and psychic depth, these ripples are more than just feelings. They're spiritual messages. And they're asking you not to overanalyze, but to feel. You don't need to be logical about why this person is returning or what they want. You need to ask, what does your body do when you think of them? Does your breath quicken or soften? Do you feel a pull or a wall? These subtle signals are your soul's way of guiding you. Sometimes our hearts ache not because we miss someone, but because their energy is still tangled in our field. And sometimes we feel peace, not because the past was perfect, but because we're finally free. So as this message nears, don't rush to decide what it means. Instead, observe yourself. Your intuition is your compass now. Hold space for every feeling that rises. The longing, the grief, the confusion, the warmth. None of it is wrong. All of it is sacred. And here's the truth most people miss. This moment isn't really about them. It's about you, Scorpio. About how you respond when the past knocks not to pull you back, but to remind you how far you've come. Let your intuition speak louder than fear, because in that silence, your soul will tell you exactly what this message means and whether it's meant to stay. So when the call comes, whether it's literal or energetic, Scorpio, the most powerful question isn't what do they want, but why is this moment being offered to me? Because not every message is meant to rekindle something some are meant to release it. This soul reaching out may come with softness, regret, hope, or even confusion. But behind their words lies a deeper current, one the universe orchestrated long before either of you understood what this connection truly was. For some of you, this moment is about healing, a chance to speak the truth you never voiced, to receive the apology your heart deserved, or to offer forgiveness not for their peace, but for your own liberation. For others, this message is the final thread in a karmic story, a sacred closing ceremony to end a soul contract that's quietly bound your energy for years. Think of it like a spiritual echo, one last ripple so the water can finally settle. Either way, it's not random, it's grace. And the beauty is, you don't have to force clarity. The purpose will reveal itself in how your energy responds. If their presence opens your heart without chaos, you'll know it's healing. If their words feel like déjà vu and your soul exhales in relief, you'll know it's closure. You don't need to act immediately. You just need to witness. Let the energy speak before the mind interrupts. Maybe you'll write in your journal. Maybe you'll sit in silence. Maybe you'll cry for a version of yourself who once loved without boundaries. Whatever arises, honor it. The universe isn't asking you to go back. It's asking you to let go. This isn't a test. It's a release. And when you let go, Scorpio, you make space, not just for peace, but for everything that's meant to find you now that you're free. Now that the energy has spoken, Scorpio, what does this moment truly mean for your path ahead? Whether the call brought healing or closure, it has already shifted something deep within you. You may not see it yet, but a new frequency has been activated. When a karmic tie is released or a soul truth is spoken aloud, your entire vibration recalibrates. What once felt heavy begins to lift. What once confused you becomes clear. You may notice new clarity in your thoughts, sudden waves of peace, or even unexpected opportunities appearing as if out of nowhere. This is not coincidence, it's energetic. Law, you've made space. And in the language of the universe, space is power. This reconnection, no matter how brief or emotionally charged, was never about returning to the past. It was about reclaiming your present. It reminded you of who you used to be, and revealed how far you've traveled from that place. You now have access to parts of yourself that were once hidden behind pain, regret, or old stories. And from this space of awareness, you are free to make new choices. Perhaps you'll finally say yes to something your soul has been nudging you toward. Or maybe you'll walk away from what no longer fits this time, without guilt or hesitation. Either way, you're not the same. The Scorpio who receives this message is not the Scorpio who once needed it. That's the gift. That's the breakthrough. So what's next? Let your path unfold naturally. Trust the signs, follow the ease, listen to your dreams. You don't need to chase what's meant for you. It's already moving in your direction. This message, this moment, was the universe's way of saying, you're ready now. And as your vibration rises, everything that aligns with this new version of you will begin to rise with it. So take a breath, ground yourself, and step forward. Your path isn't just continuing, it's evolving. What if this message wasn't just emotional, Scorpio? What if it was strategic? What if the universe is using this moment, this voice, this return to deliver something far bigger than closure? Often, when we release energy tied to the past, the universe immediately sends in what we've made space for. And this person, though emotionally significant, may also carry an unexpected key to your next chapter. Perhaps they come with news of a collaboration, a financial shift, or an opportunity that intersects with your true calling. Maybe it's an offer that feels strangely aligned with your gifts. Or maybe they hold information, connections, ideas, or truths you didn't know you needed. In astrology, Scorpio rules the 8th house, the house of shared resources, hidden wealth, legacy, and transformation. When a karmic thread is activated under your sign, it often comes not only with emotional depth, but material shifts, the unlocking of inheritance, power, or access you didn't realize was waiting. In numerology, too, the number 8 speaks of abundance, alignment, and karmic reward. If this interaction is laced with 8s, whether in dates, times, or synchronicities, pay close attention. The energy of abundance through rebirth is active. But Scorpio, be wise. Not every opportunity is dressed in gold. Some come quietly, in uncertain wrapping. Use your discernment. Feel the energy behind their words, not just the words themselves. Are you being guided forward, or being tested to see if you'll shrink again? Because this moment isn't about being saved, it's about standing fully in your power. And if what they bring supports your purpose, your boundaries, your evolution, then don't hesitate. Say yes. Not to them, but to the path that's opening through them. The universe rewards clarity. And your vibration, freed from the past, is now magnetic to align success. This isn't just a call. It's an invitation. And your soul already knows whether to walk through the door. Now that the energy is moving and possibilities are opening, Scorpio, it's more important than ever to stay grounded. When a soul returns, when truth is revealed, or when a door suddenly appears, it can stir emotional tides, even for someone as intuitively strong as you. That's why spiritual protection isn't about fear. It's about presence. It's about anchoring yourself into the now, so your choices come from alignment, not reaction. Before responding to this message, whether emotionally, verbally, or energetically, pause, breathe, create space between the stimulus and your soul. One of the most powerful things you can do right now is to come back into your body. Sit in silence. Walk in nature. Place your hand on your heart and whisper, I am safe. I am clear. I choose what aligns with me. This is not avoidance. It's spiritual mastery. Consider cleansing your energy field. Light a candle. Use Palo Santo or sage if you're guided to, or place grounding crystals near your space. Black tourmaline, obsidian, or smoky quartz. These stones don't block emotions. They help you feel them without being swallowed by them. Journal what you feel, not what you think. Your thoughts might loop, but your body will always tell the truth. And most of all, Scorpio, remember that you are not obligated to reopen a wound to prove you've healed. Sometimes the most sacred response is no response at all. Sometimes it's a whisper to your own soul. I've made peace with what was, and I choose what is. You are not here to be tested. You are here to walk in truth. Let this moment expand your self-awareness, not destabilize it. You've done the inner work. You've cleared the space. And now, protection is not just about boundaries. It's about remembering that your peace is non-negotiable. From that clarity, every answer you need will arise naturally. And when it does, you'll know exactly how to move, with power, grace, and unwavering calm. So here you are, Scorpio, standing in a new frequency, one you quietly earned through every tear you released, every truth you reclaimed, every boundary you finally honored. This message, this call, this divine ripple wasn't just a moment. It was a mirror. And what it reflected wasn't just about the person reaching out. It was about the power you've become. You're no longer tied to the stories that once defined you. You're no longer reacting from old wounds. You're responding from wisdom. And that changes everything. This is your confirmation. The universe sees how far you've come. The way. You feel more than you chase. How you listen deeper. How you choose peace even when chaos knocks. That's the shift. That's the proof you're aligned with your higher self. So whether you reconnect or release, speak or stay silent, move forward, or stay still, know this. You've already answered the most important call, the one from your own soul. Everything else is just reflection. Stay close to your intuition. Stay close to your truth. And let this moment mark a new era, not of waiting, but of receiving. Because what's meant for you doesn't need to fight for your attention. It arrives softly like this message did. Thank you for sharing this sacred space with us, Scorpio. If this resonated with you, like, comment, and subscribe to the Mystic Astrozen. Your path is sacred, and we're honored to walk beside you. Until next time, stay aligned, stay open, and trust the divine rhythm of your life.